can we get to
Okay.
know Precious? Who is Precious Essien? Can we get to know
Mm.
Precious?
Okay. Precious Essien is an author and a child advocate. So, as a child advocate, we ensure the safety, the well-being, and the protection of the child as an organization. Okay. So, and we also ensure that we speak to the parents directly so that they can, for proper parenting and to ensure their well-being as well. And so, using my platform, I've been able to speak directly to thousands of parents, to tell them the things we have learned, experienced, and then share the tips with them on a daily basis. I also have a community where, this is done. Hundreds of parents are there that we share daily tips on how we can better take care of our kids. Because, truth be told, if you want to go by the way you were raised, you're going to duplicate yourself, which, of course, some parts you wouldn't want to do that. And so, these tips and being able to unlearn certain things and relearn the best way is what we preach, it's what we do in our community. Yeah. And
Wow.
so that's what landed us today here. So we can talk about some tips or some things, how we can better do that.
Yeah, that's really, it's actually a very interesting topic. Hello, Trisha. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah.
How you doing? Good morning. Trisha. Trisha is from India. Trisha, what time is it there? Oh, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. What time is it over there? Hi. Yeah. So for some reason, like I had someone who discussed something similar to this. For some reason, it's hard for some people to come out of that default mode. When I mean default mode, it's like we are being raised. It's not our fault the way we are being raised. It's not our parents' fault the way they are being raised. It's not their fault the way they were being raised. So,
Exactly.
but then it's our responsibility to learn, like, because some of us while growing up, we really didn't like some of the things that were done to
Yeah,
us or some of the experiences we had. So
you're
if
right.
actually we didn't like it, it's our responsibility to, you know, alter that that's that reoccurrence when it comes to our kids. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, unfortunately, so many people don't want to go
really
through that
sorry,
route.
I'm sorry, Adrian,
Can you
really?
hear me?
Okay, so
Okay.
he's saying that it looks like we're in the same place with the same background.
Really?
I'm
My
going
own
to
side is
open
darker.
I'm going to
My
open
side
here
is
now so you guys see
quite
that we're
dark.
in the same background. We're not in the same background though.
Oh no, we're not.
Okay, so let me do it this way so they know we're not in the
Okay.
same background.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so I was trying to say, so sad to say, so many of us parents, we don't want to go through that route because the process of unlearning those things, it takes time, and we don't want to go there because some are so ingrained in us. We don't want to touch that part. Like you said, I have an experience. I always share with my parents. See these two cups here. We
Yeah.
have the red one and we have the white one, and this is our kids. They come out with a clean slate. All right. And this is us. We were traumatized somehow because if you want to go by that, there's so many things that could traumatize a child. Even
Yeah.
when both parents are there, not there, divorce, stuff like that can traumatize a child. So you are here and like you're being, and then you have a child here. There is no better way you know how to do best than doing what you were taught.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you now pour in this red wine inside the water, this white cup, and this one turns red. The coloration is there, so it keeps going. We don't blame our parents; they did their best. They did that is what they know how to do best, and then their parents also did their best. So we're not here to condemn anyone. Why? Because parenting is such a tedious job. It's, in fact, it's one of the most taxing job in the world. And then looking at it that way, we don't want to put blames on anybody, but we want to see how we can do it better so we can raise children who are connected with others emotionally. They can build healthy relationships and they can as well, face life squarely without having to lost their lives or maybe lost themselves along the way or without having to lose their identity or hurting other people, just so they can get better. So that's the essence of just preaching this parenting, and being able to connect with our kids, telling them exactly what you need to know. Yeah, that's just it.
But how that this process of unlearning what you already know, like unlearning what's like part of you, like you said, the child comes out white, and then you have the other ones, like the other set of person who could be ourselves or other kind of people who has a lot of things inbuilt into us and all of those things. It's how can we get that clean slate? Like, how can we get that clean slate? Hey, I'm fine. How you doing? That's the cricket man here. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Back down. I think I'm right. I don't want to make the mistake. Okay, yeah. Let's how easy can it be easy? Like
Can
to
you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I
Sure,
think I lost.
very clearly. I can see you. I can hear you very clearly. I hope Precious is able to come back because she's having um what do you call it now? Network issues. So I was having oh, thank you. That's nice. Good that I was able to get it. So she's having network issues. I'm actually talking to her about how we can on you know unlearn those things that we didn't like when we were really young. While growing up, we learned a lot of things. Thank you. We learned a lot of things. Yeah, but then those are the things that sometimes you get to find out that those particular things that you experienced when you were young, there's some of the things you didn't like that you experienced, and then when you have kids, you find out you're treating you probably there's some people they start having to see themselves do those things that they didn't like when they were babies, like when they were younger. They see themselves reacting in those kind of form, and then for some persons they get to ask themselves, why am I doing this? So I'm asking how can we help ourselves to not get to live in a default mode, like that state whereby you find yourself in that mode that you never liked at all when you were younger. So apart from that, I'm here to tell you guys thank you. I'm here to share my stage with you, my platform with you. If you want to showcase something that you're doing, you can always get to tell me. You just send me a message and I'll bring you up here and we'll talk about it. After all, we've got a platform where we have at least approximately a billion people monthly making use of it. So why not? Let's share, let's grow together, let's talk about it. I have my community, you have your community, but then our communities are coming together. Thank you so much. Sending you so much love too, sis. Our communities are coming together to, for us to grow. And in that process, when I bring you up here, like when you join my life, not just writing in the comment section, when you join my life, like you come up and we're both talking together, you can both see myself and yourself on the screen, and you're sharing. People who are my followers too, people who are also in my community will get to see you. So your word, your promotion, your business will go further for other people to, get to know about you and get to see what you're doing. So Precious is back. For everyone that is here, Precious is a Nigerian. She's presently in Nigeria. You're from River State, right?
I'm from Akwa Ibom State.
Okay, she's from Akwa Ibom State in Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining. You've got people saying hello. Shuma is saying hello in the comment section. So
Hello.
see what's happening. We have a diverse community here, but for some reason, even if we have a diverse community, for some reason, even if our tradition and maybe lifestyle, way of life is not so much the same, but we just have there's something that I don't know, for some reason we have something in
Yeah.
common. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look into it well, we all have something in common. We do.
Sure.
Yeah, we do.
do. Mm-hmm.
So thank you guys for tuning in and helping me to have this sweet time. Yes, Priyanka, thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Hi, Priyanka. How you doing? I can't wait to have you guys on my live section. Like, just the way you see myself and Precious talking, I also want us to have that kind of communication. We are going to grow together. Thank you so much, Suma, for coming back. So yeah, Precious, from where we stopped, do you remember the last question I asked you?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're asking,
Let's pick it up from there.
yeah. So you're asking if it's easier to unlearn
Yes,
the default set.
yes.
That when we started, it's not actually easy to unlearn the default mode. Why? Because it's ingrained in our subconsciousness.
Mm,
So if we were, growing up in a controlling environment, neglectful environment, abusive, traumatic, and so many other things. That's the thing we know how to do best.
mm,
Except we are taking up steps now. We are learning. We are looking for ways to let go of that kind of situation and now look for a better way to respond to things, to be
mm,
able to emotionally connect with
mm,
others.
mm,
So as at that point, that is when we will find a way. And one of the ways we can do that is by reading books that speak to that, you know,
mm,
watching movies. Yeah, reading books, watching movies. And if it's so serious, you can see a therapist. You can see a therapist because that's why they are there. You be confident to tell them about it. And then for the first thing is that admission, telling yourself this is, at this point, you can see that this is your fault. You can't get this right. And you've tried relationships, you've tried this, it's not working. I think there is something wrong with me. I need to set, until you tell yourself that truth, you won't be able to get far away. So
mm,
first thing is to admit that this is a situation you find yourself and you need help. When once you open your mind to need that help and seek it, you will find it.
mm,
You will find people, community of people who are willing, the survivors who are also were doing the same thing. You join them, and that is where you get motivation to continue to make yourself better, useful to yourself, to your families.
mm.
So the major thing that we also talk about the stuff we discussed the other time, like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, for the new school year, I don't know if it's the right time to start talking about them, or maybe you have other things that we can discuss.
Yeah, let's go on. Let's go on. So one of the things Precious wanted to talk about today is about, so lots of children are resuming school or have just resumed school, and she wanted to talk to us about um you know tips to preparing your child for a smooth school year. For instance, we all want to, like, children are about starting school, and like, okay, how can they have a smooth school year? I want her to give us tips on it. Yeah, go on. So
Okay.
what are the tips? Um, what are the tips that we can use in preparing our child for, or our children for a smooth school year?
Okay, so preparing children for a smooth school year is more than just getting those back to school supplies. Is more than doing the shopping. Okay, so the first on the routine, or the first on the line, I always encourage parents is to them to have a routine. A daily routine is one thing that
Mm,
will help them to be able to manage the situation, because what that routine does is it helps the children to be structured. It helps
mm,
them, teaches them cooperation, and it also helps them to be disciplined, because the routine is actually, having a piece of paper or maybe a book, you in a tabular form, you have your activities and the time attached to them.
mm,
So every household need that itinerary, that routine, for them to be able to effectively manage the school year, and then helping their children to also carry them along whatever they're doing. So that routine is very important. The children waking up in the morning, they know what to do. And then, talking about that, you need to do the routine in advance. We don't want to start, the day they are going to school. That is when we drop the routine and tell them, So we tell them in advance, this is what is expecting. This is what you do when you wake up in the morning. And if it's possible, just a week to the time, wake them up on time so that they can now integrate into the system without feeling more stress or anxiety. Another thing we can do is to just mentally prepare them. I know we have kids all around the world. This is like a principle that can help. Mentally preparing them is another thing that can help them, because what that does is it lessens stress and anxiety. When children knows what to expect, they know that, okay, this is they are going to school by next week. This is the kind of school they are going. Are you changing school for them? Are they going to boarding school? Have they finished second or nursery school? They want to go to the next class. These are the things to prepare them mentally on what they're going to see, on the class they're going, the kind of teachers. It may not be the last teacher they met. It could be the new one. This is how you're going to behave. This is how you're going to do. So mentally putting them through is one thing that can help them to really enjoy the school year without much stress. And then we also have emotionally, like we talk about here, emotions is something that we feel, right? And so if you're not emotionally regulated, you can't regulate a child. That's the truth. If you are not emotionally regulated as a parent, you can't regulate a child, because the way you saw the whole thing in your subconsciousness, that's the way we did our own. So this is my time now. But we want to do it better. That's why we're talking about this. We want to see ways we can regulate our children so that they can grow up to, get in touch with their own emotions, so that they can relate to other people when they show these emotions. So we listen to them. We ask them the questions like, how do you feel? I go by the three N's. The three N's there is, number one N is name the emotions. You teach your child how to name the emotion, have a name for it. Are you sad? Are you angry? Are you worried? Are you nervous? Are you frightened? Let them be able to express what they actually feel. That's having a name for emotions. And then the next thing is normalize, validate that emotion, because it's normal. There's no child that don't have feelings. When you were growing up, you had such feelings. Maybe someone did not attend to you. So it will be hard for you to be able to relate with your kid when they are doing same. But if you happen to have parents that were attending to you emotionally, it's easier. It's like, okay, this is a normal thing. Oh, sorry, what happened? You want to find out instead of shouting over. Because most time what we do, we shout over them. We don't want them to express it. Why? That small thing, you don't have to know. We don't need to do it like that. We need to ask them why, how, what do you feel, how do you need help? That way, we are connecting with them emotionally. We are also helping them to connect with themselves as well. So we have the next one, social preparedness.
Okay,
Social preparedness.
can I come in
Okay,
into
yeah, you can, you can.
Okay, so in regards the emotional aspect of it, in regards the emotional aspect of it,
Yeah.
my family will visit and be by your side with love. Oh, thank you so much, Priyanka. I so appreciate. Yeah. So in regards the emotional part of it, I know that a lot of parents are probably lacking there, because like you said, a child comes in and the child is being emotional. It could be different kinds of emotion here: sad, happy, excited, overly excited
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, a friend of mine once said, overly excited. Should I be worried because this child is overly excited? So yeah, most of the time, most parents are not able to we sit down, sit back. Thank you, Shuma. Sit back and listen to that, and be part of that emotional state of that child. And I know that being part of that state of that child, helps the child. I remember, I think I have a video up. Some Sundays ago, I went out with the kids to a sea life adventure stuff. And while we're in the mall, we're trying to go up with the escalator. And I know one of my daughters, she has she's scared of going up, and for her to put her legs on it, she has to be really calculative. We always get to have that issue. So I told her, okay, fine, one step at a time. She
Yeah.
did it and she was up, and I was just behind her. I'm like, oh, wow, congratulations, you did that for yourself. That's really good. And when she was done, when we were out of the office, I then told her, were you scared? She said, yes. And I then told her, I was also scared. I could see the excitement in her that, Mommy,
She's
you're
not
also scared.
alone. She's not alone.
She, like,
Oh yeah.
so you're also scared? I said, yes, I'm scared, and it's okay to be scared.
Yes.
That's,
Validation.
yeah, that gave her that mind that, okay, I'm not in this alone. So I observed after that she got to tell me like some of her fears and the things she could conquer
Exactly.
after that.
That's it.
So she's not
Yeah.
scared that, okay, you're going to put me away because I'm being scared of something. So we should, like you said, get to validate their emotions. Like it's not like we're saying, yes, just being that. We need to talk them out of it because it's something they put on their mind. And if you keep telling them, yes, like there was this thing then back home that you gotta hear, you will not make it in life. You don't have sense. Those kind of we need to understand sometimes that, I'm sorry I'm taking the stage from you right now, but it's supposed to be you
Go ahead.
saying this,
I'm
but
enjoying you.
it just came in, and I'm like, I think I need to express this.
Yeah.
We need to understand. That's why I said we are all like one, because everyone has this kind of experience. So it's very important that I don't want to lose my train of thought. Oh my God, guys, this happens sometimes. I don't. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's very important that when these kids express themselves in certain ways, that will also kind of put ourselves in their shoes. And have you ever seen your child displaying a particular character, and you're seeing yourself in them? Like, this was what I did when I was little.
It happens most times. It happens most times. Okay.
So
Okay.
if you see that kind of reaction, or you get that sense of feeling, or know that I was once like this,
Like this.
how do you, or how would you have loved to be treated in that state?
Exactly.
So most of the time you have to stay, stand back. These things happen very quickly, but then when you start having that psychological awareness that these things are happening, you always get to like stay back and look. And another thing is what we tell the kids sometimes, like, if you keep telling them you'll not grow well, you don't know this, your mates are doing this, and all of those things,
Their mindset.
yes, because it's what you tell them that they are keeping, they are storing it in their minds. And then you see them still. Have you noticed that when you keep telling a child a particular thing, you see them repeating that thing? Because they already have that thought in them that they are not worth it. They are not worthy because of your words. So treat them the way you would love to have been treated when you were in their state.
When you were in their state. Okay, that reminds me. So I see this parent that each time the child is crying, the child is frightened. They are even traumatized than the child. The child is crying. They are the one even being most scared. Why are you shouting? Why are you crying? Without first of all finding out what is wrong with the child. We parents need to do better, because like you ask, how would you want to be treated at that point? That is some consciousness that you're bringing in. You have learned something that was not the right way, right? And now you want to do it the right way until you get to that point. Otherwise, you still react the way they reacted with you. You will just shut the child up because you're not used to that. The noise is like disturbing you. Why should the child react like this? Until you tell yourself the truth, oh, this is not right. I need to do better. And you start finding ways. You will get there gradually. It's not going to be a perfect situation, but you will get there. Now, let me tell you one thing that happened. Okay, so we parents need to be sensitive of our children. We sometimes raise extrovert and introvert.
Yeah.
You can always mix children,
Oh, yes.
And then we need to be sensitive. Exactly. We need to be sensitive when we're going to pick them in school, or maybe they're back or something, just 1 minute look, 1 second look, you will tell what is going on in their minds, that something is wrong somewhere. Okay, so it happened to me, one of my children. Okay, so we came back from school. He used to be very excited coming back from school. So I was like, what's going on today? Doesn't look good. How do you feel? He said, it's fine, it's fine. He tried to, maybe he don't want me to feel disappointed or something. This children watches us. They don't
Oh,
want you to
yes.
feel
Oh,
somehow.
yes.
So I
Oh,
just said,
yes.
okay, no problem. So we got home, and we tried to, crack some jokes. I consciously cracked some jokes. He didn't respond. Unlike him, okay, there's something wrong. So what I did is I asked him, okay, let's stroll. I want to buy something. Can we go out? Just me and you. Let's stroll. So while we're going on the road, I sighted one bird. So I now told him, see, what if that bird poop on your head? What do you think will happen? Oh, he busted laugh. Oh my God, in my head, I will find a way to go and wash it up. And then, that was an icebreaker. We're able to find a common ground. So we're talking about the bird on the poop. And then eventually, I now key in again. Hello, how are you doing? How did you feel today? I noticed you were. So he was able to, upload what happened in the class that he didn't like. So, but
Hmm.
don't pay attention to these details. We will miss it. Why? Because they will bottle their emotions. At the point they won't talk to us again. They have friends. The friends knows them quite well. They know who they are on the inside, but we don't know them because they will come back home pretending to be fine. They don't want to disturb us.
Hmm.
They don't want us to feel somehow. So they
Hmm.
come back home and they feel, oh no, no problem, I'm good. When they go out, they have somewhere they cry to. They have somebody that console them, and is a problem. So we need to do better so they can take us as their first point of contact when they have issues, when they're happy, and then when they have something to tell us. I think that's good.
Wow.
So we have
I
another one.
want to,
Okay.
okay, before
Okay.
you
Go
continue,
ahead.
let me use the opportunity because I can
Okay.
see different people are popping in during the section.
Yeah.
So I want to use the opportunity to thank everyone who is here. I have Priya. Thank you so much, Priya Das, for joining. Thank you, Shuma. I can still see here Priyanka. Thank you so much. Bagdal, thank you so much. Hey, Mom, thank you for joining. Palash, thank you so much for joining. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Thank you, Suma. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. Partial. You guys are all the best. Thank you for joining me and thank you
Thank
for
you.
engaging. I
Thank
do
you.
appreciate. I do appreciate.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are enjoying the section. Yeah,
So,
she's going to continue. You wanted to continue with what
okay.
you were, you had a list you're talking about, and then I stopped you when you got to the emotions. So yes, what's the next one on the list?
Okay,
On the
the next
tip?
one on the list is socially, how we can prepare them socially. Apart from going to school to learn, children also go to school to associate, interact with others. So
Yes.
how do they do it the best way? So we need to help them to see how they can interact with others confidently, how they
Mm,
can collaborate with others. And then we need to tell them about the diversity in people, culture, different cultures. Even in the same country, we have different cultures, different people, different, languages and all that. So we need to bring this in for them to understand that there's nothing wrong if hear someone saying something that you don't understand. That's their language, that's their treasure.
mm,
Then before then, we need to tell them about self-love. We need to inculcate self-love, self-confidence in them so that they'll be able to love other people. We don't just tell them about other people without telling them about ourselves. So we tell them about our culture, our language, how unique it is, and all that. Then we groom them on how they can interact with other people. How do they relate with their teachers? How do you relate with your neighbors? And all that. They are watching us. They see what we do, and that's the kind of thing they want to also express. So we
mm.
want to do it the better way. Preparing them mentally, preparing them emotionally, and physically, and then socially. Spiritually, I wouldn't want to go much deeper into it because we all have how we, serve God and all that. So prepare your children, pray for them, inculcate values, something that will really be a guiding light for them, guiding principle, morals, what you know best, like honesty. Take that time. As you're talking about spirituality, someone that is greater than you are relying on, talk to them about basic characters that can take them somewhere. Honesty, being serious when you're working, fairness, treating others with respect, and all of that. Tell them about that. It's very important for the new school year, so that they know what to expect. Diversity in people, and on call different cultures, how to talk to their teachers. Social etiquette. Those are the things we did during the holidays, and we continue to put this in. Even when the routine changes somehow, it doesn't change the basic things that we should tell them. So
Yeah.
one of the things that we can tell them. And then we also have parental involvement. We also have communication line open, because this parental involvement is very important. These children look up to us as gods. It is how a child will do something and say, go and tell mommy, go and talk to mommy, mommy will console you. It makes
Mm.
you feel like, oh, you have someone that really trusts and believe in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we want to involve in their lives. If you want your child to improve in school, you need to help your child's teacher, to help your child. Work along
Mm.
with your child's teacher. Get to see them, get to know them. Don't just dump the kids in school and go. Talk to the teacher. Okay, you know your child very well. You know the area you need help, whether it's writing, whether it's reading, whether it's coloring, whatever you need. Now, this a new school session. Get to know the teacher involved in their class. Talk to the teacher. This is my child. He's left-handed. This is what he loves. He loves playing, and then he's so intelligent. But this is the area I want you to help me with. Do you get? So by that, you're now relating with the class teacher, and then tell the class teacher to get you feedback, so that along the line you'll be able to, because they spend like 8 hours in the school, 8 hours with other kids, with the teacher. So the teacher will at least know them, what they are capable of doing. So for that
Mm.
feedback, you now tell your class, oh, please, I would like a feedback after 1 month. Let me know how he's faring. That way, you are also following up on the things that we need to.
Wow. 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 Yeah, and yeah, the teachers they're trying a lot.
Okay, thanks.
Thumbs up to all teachers out there. Like, you guys are trying a lot. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we at home, we know what we deal with, and then we bring our kids, to school, and you're able to manage them. Different kids. Sometimes a class of when I was in secondary school, I had a class that had about 50 something students there. Although you don't have a permanent teacher that is just there. We had a form teacher that comes in, make sure everything is like, okay in the class and all of those things. But we had that amount of number in the class, and then the teacher comes in and is trying to like put everybody, in course, and just make sure everything is fine. You're teaching, you're trying to make everyone assimilate. You got teachers. You guys are like, you guys need to be given the flowers like Trisha just did.
They
You guys
deserve
need the flowers,
it.
teachers.
They
You guys are
deserve it.
trying a lot. Like, if
You're
you're
teaching.
listening to me, do put down hashtag we are proud of teachers. We are proud of
Child.
you
We
guys.
are.
Hashtag we are proud of teachers. You guys
Yes.
are amazing. Yeah, you are so amazing. Like, you have different children from different community, and everything that in one place, different culture, different everything, and they're just coming in to you, and you have to deal with all of those things that come, and you are still like, as
For
in, I don't
hours.
know. Yes, your emotions are like in place, and then, oh my God, you guys are the best teachers.
Okay.
You deserve. I'm giving you guys flowers.
Okay.
You guys are
Okay.
the best.
Assuming you have 10 kids in the class, let's say toddlers, that one is even,
Mm.
and then this one want to eat, this one want to ease him or herself at the same time. This one is sleeping. This one want you to back, this kind of scenario, and then you're still holding on. Our teachers deserve the best. I respect them a lot. My dad is a teacher, so I know what it is to to put all of that together. It's not an easy thing.
Yeah,
Well done.
yeah, and I also want to appreciate the mothers. Like, you guys are, you guys are trying a lot. You guys are all the best. Like for every child you have, you're trying your best to make sure they're okay. Today could
Mm.
be the weather is very good. Tomorrow it could be the weather is just this way,
Okay.
and you just want to.
I
It's
don't want
like
to go
when
there.
anything gets to
It's not
happen,
easy.
when anything is going on, you guys just put in, like, mothers just, they have a way of being in every moment. Like, I
Ah,
applaud you all for your, for your
mothers. I give
gorgeousness,
they deserve flowers.
for this.
I give all of
Oh
them
my
flowers.
God, you guys deserve the flowers. I don't know how I'm going to share these flowers, but you guys deserve the flowers.
The mothers and all the responsible
Oh
fathers.
yes,
The
and
us the
the fathers too, who show love.
yeah.
The fathers there's this thing about fathers though. They have the way of giving that assurance.
Yeah. That you're not alone.
There's that thing of
Yeah.
assurance, and everyone in the family setting, they have one and two things that they are part of. Like when we mothers are trying to put ourselves in another situation, sometimes the men are just there trying to think about what's going to happen tomorrow and all of this. So everyone deserves their flowers.
Everyone. Everyone.
Everyone
Ah, the
deserves
mother.
their
Ah, the
flowers.
mother. Oh, that's the best night. Hey, when you are winning your kids, when you're every stage of the way,
Yeah.
you feel it to your marrow. So
Mm,
it's everyone deserves their own flowers.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really
So,
appreciate.
do you still have more tips for us?
Oh yeah, I've exhausted my tips except you want me to talk about something else.
Um, okay, when it comes to, like we said, the emotions and all, I want to a little bit change my direction now, but it's still in regards our kids, family, um the emotional part of it, the relationship. So if you push them away, they definitely won't go probably go look for they would probably go look for someone they can have confidence in to share their experiences with. And that brings me to the topic of how am I going to
Mm,
say this now? Because I don't want
okay,
I don't
you
want to
can spell
say
it. You can spell it. You can spell it. Yeah, I understand.
um spell.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, put it the way you want to put it though. Because I just don't want to make a mistake here. I'm very careful,
Yeah,
guys, because
yeah,
in this community we have to be really careful whatever we put out
yeah.
here. Yeah, but the major thing is we have to understand our children's emotions so that whatever they get to experience out there, they can come and share with us. They should feel comfortable expressing themselves with us so that no matter what happens out there, they are not scared. They are not scared to share it with you
Yeah.
because they do not know how you would take that act that they have found themselves
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
It's very important that parents give that listening ears to their
With
kids, try
judgment.
to understand their emotions,
Mm-hmm.
try not to judge them. They are growing
Mm-hmm.
so that they can they can have that confidence in sharing it, not just when they are little, as they grow,
Yeah,
so that
of
they can
course.
have that confidence in sharing their experiences with
Mm-hmm.
us.
Mm-hmm.
So, Precious wrote a book. She has a book written. I'm coming, guys. Let me just quickly go here. Do you have a sample of your book?
No, I don't. I don't have the hard copy, but the e-copy is here. I exhausted it last week.
Okay. It's called Shielded, Empowering Shielded. It's called Shielded. It talks about empowering kids against assault. That
Yeah.
book is really powerful because I think I have. Oh, I don't know how this would be. That's
Oh
I
yeah.
don't That's the book.
That's
It's
yeah.
a very beautiful book. It talks about empowering kids against this sort of things.
Yes.
Um, Apart from
I'm
empowering
showing it. I'm
kids,
showing it. If you can see it here.
okay, we
don't
can.
want.
Okay,
I
okay,
don't want
okay, okay.
Facebook.
I'm
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
trying to be careful. We would have dive like really into this like so well, but yeah, we in that book, one of the things that I picked out of it is the awareness, the awareness that parents should have, because if you understand your child's emotion, like you said, your child came back from school, wasn't feeling himself, and you understood that this boy is not supposed to be like this. I know him to be this, I know him to be that. That sent a trigger that something is wrong, and then you had to go out of your way to make sure everything is good. And then, if you do not have that understanding, you do not understand your child's emotions or their state at a particular time, you probably wouldn't know when something went wrong with your child. And
Yeah.
if you do not know, or if you do not have that communication with your child, you probably will lose out
Yeah.
on a lot of things that have to do with the child. So that one alone um, made me really love the book, because we have to be emotionally ourselves. We have to be emotionally aware of everything that has to do with our children.
Exactly.
So we are not there when they have when they are with friends. We don't know what happens when they are in school. We don't know anything. So it's them who can come and tell us that this is what is going on.
Mhm.
This is what I experienced. It's them that can come and ask those questions. But if you get to hush them, shush them, tell them keep quiet, and not get to
Exactly.
listen, they probably will just take it that whatever they are hearing out there is the right thing, or
Exactly.
whatever that is happening to them is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I remember there was someone
Yeah.
who had that that
That kind of experience.
yeah, that kind of experience, and instead of the father per se to to help the situation, the father was practically um blaming the child
Oh my God.
for experiencing that.
Mm.
So it's really good that we heal. Like,
Yeah.
I think we need to heal so that we'll be able to help our kids, so we can actually have a better world,
Yeah.
a
It
better
is.
world. We need to heal. So yeah, do you want to say one or two things about your book, because I don't want to spill everything out here.
Yes, yes, actually. What motivated the book?
Yeah,
I don't know if do we still have time? Should I go into that story?
go on, you just go. We have the time. So my
Okay.
co-pilot is asleep right now. I can make use of the time, but whenever I see her, she's going to tell me to stop the slide.
Okay.
Let's just
Okay.
feel it. Let's have it.
Okay. So I'm a child advocate now.
Okay.
Um, Career path that I choose. It's not as if I was always that. I studied marketing in university. So and I've had experiences in banking, the background, and all that.
Yeah.
But what really motivated me to write this book for children is my passion for kids.
Mm.
I love children. Yeah. I love children. In fact, some of my friends will say, you have up to 10 children, or the way you carry children, the way you play with them and all that. I said, no, no, it's not because of that. I love children naturally. And I still remember this story my dad would tell me how, back then in the village, I'll be playing with kids of my age, younger than me, some older than me, and I'll always act like a teacher. And sometimes if I come inside and the kids are not there, I'll be arranging my pen, paper, pencil, and be talking to the person. I'm acting, I'm talking to them, and as a teacher. So he saw something like, oh, this is so much of you. Like, You love kids and you want to, are you a teacher? Would you want to be a teacher? So apart from that, I was earlier introduced to an NGO, a non-governmental organization, who were doing kind of, stuff for children, and I so much love it. And I was like, okay, so how do I come in? How do I impact children in this kind of capacity? So I looked at it, and in my team, we went in for menstrual hygiene education. So we started out as menstrual hygiene. We go to schools to give supplies, sanitary wares, and all of that. And sometimes we give talks on how they can keep themselves during menstrual. And these are the topics that is lacking. We realize that parents do not talk about them. Menstrual education and this is quite uncommon. So what we try to do is, after the whole session, after the advocacy visit, we'll now ask children questions. And we realized that some of them were so much comfortable with us. They don't tell their parents what they do on a monthly basis to get sanitary pad for themselves.
What?
So they engage in transactional S so that they can get a pad for themselves. So it's that bad. So we now look at it that there is a gap, there is a disconnect. So these children don't even have an idea of S education. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
They don't have an idea. So we need to do something to salvage the situation in the community we find ourselves. Even if we can, in the whole world, but let's just impact the community we find ourselves. So we started out that way. So we include the menstrual hygiene education and the S education as we proceed. So remember one school that we went, after we finished, we now asked children, have you experienced this kind of thing? Because research shows that 95% of people that molest kids are people you know. They're not far away. They're not visitors. They're not strangers. A stranger hardly does that kind of thing. It is people that you know and you trust. Cousins, relatives, friends, family, church members, anybody can be that. And it's so dark, like the research, recent findings we do, parents, a father will also go on with the daughter. I mean, it's so bad to that extent. So we now said, okay, so how would these children be able to express themselves? Only 2, in the midst of 500 children, were able to talk to us. So we knew something was wrong. The stigma, the shame, they don't want people to know. So what we did, we re-strategized, we cut small pieces of paper, we go to schools. As we finish advocacy, we now distribute it to the children. Man, the feedback we got, more than 100 papers were submitted. We couldn't answer all the questions because these children were just saying what is in their minds. They are victims of situations, circumstances, and the people that we so trust the most can be under our roof and are doing things with our children we don't know. So we need to be careful. And I tell parents, if you have money to buy cameras, install in your house, if you can't stay at home with your kids, buy cameras and install in your house. Even the person that you bring as a maid can be a perpetrator. So we need to very careful. So we started out that way, and we find out that there's a message every child needs to know, and we want to make sure that every child in Nigeria has a copy of that book. Every child in the world has a copy of that book because it's quite universal and diverse. We're not just narrowing it down to something. It happens to everyone. So we started writing out, and it took months for me to be able to finish that book. It's simple, straight to the point. It's actually, simple enough. You have a conversation starter, and then we interview parents. 85% say they don't know how to start. Nobody taught them. They only realize. Do you get?
Yeah, that's very correct, because not everyone had the X education. Like even in schools, then you don't. They just they don't
Talk about it as something,
like a surface thing. Like it's actually the parents who are supposed to like do that kind of education, but they also get to shy away from it because obviously it's not their fault. They were not also educated in that aspect.
Exactly.
And yeah.
It's True.
Hmm.
So we tell parents, please start early as much as possible. We try to educate parents on how they can start this early. That book contains a conversation starter, how what you can ask your child, and then keep the conversation very simple and honestly. You don't want to budge. It's age appropriate. You can't tell a 2-year-old child how egg is formed in someone's stomach and it gave birth to a child and all that. So we
Yeah, they
need to
have a
keep
specific
it
age. Yeah, yeah.
exactly age appropriate. We need to tell them gradually. We need to even a child of 2 years that can't talk. You do like this. The child will know what's that. You keep pointing to that side. This no no no.
Yeah,
At the point
I remember.
repeat it after
Go
you, he will be doing like
on.
this. Even if he can't talk, juicy. So we need to start early as much as possible to tell them about their privacy, their private parts. Don't allow, this is what you need to do, this is what. And then periodically, we keep emphasizing, we keep talking about it. Do you remember why we are wearing this to cover ourselves? Because that is private, no one should touch it, nobody should see it, you have to cover it. This is why, keep it simple. They will understand. With time, you keep increasing their knowledge. As they're also going to school, you keep increasing their knowledge. So you start early, talk about boundaries, and tell them not to poke anybody's buttock or anything that is privacy, please. Just tell them to respect other people's privacy while they respect yours. And if anybody try to, you remember the punch rule? Please, no, no, no. No is a complete statement. Use that word no, and that's enough. If that is not sufficing, please come back home, talk to mommy, talk to your teacher in the class that we should have to deal with it. So that way, a child have confidence and feel safe and secured. That is not alone, and you don't criticize them if somebody have to touch them and then is telling you, oh, this is what happened, and then you start overreacting. You tell them, what did you do? What do you think you could have done? Okay, we need to take care of that situation, and that way you carry the child along. It's better that way.
Wow, 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 wow. I'm saying wow. You've been with us for about an hour now, and it's been wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So a lot of things happen for a reason. I thought this was going to be for a PM slot, but obviously this was supposed to take place this time of the day. Yeah.
So a lot of replay. People will just watch a replay.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much for your time. Thank you
you.
all for joining. But before I get to round up, does anyone have any question in the comment section? Please, if you do have any comment in the comment section, can you please write the comments? If you do not feel comfortable writing the comment in the comment section, you can inbox me. Then I'll send you a message across to or tag to this video. You can just inbox her, and because she's the expert here, you can just inbox her and then she will definitely reply your question. She would do that. For me, I bring you guys here to express yourself. You can promote whatever you want to promote. So if you want to get a free slot, don't hesitate to send me that inbox so we can get to know you. We can get to promote whatever you do. We can get to talk about it. Content creation is the in thing now. Like everyone is
Yeah.
into it. It's not hard. I brought out Precious from indoors. Like she's presently out. I don't know if this is the first time that she's doing this, but she's presently out. I told her that she can do it. You've done this for like 1 hour plus now.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for just dragging me out of
So
this. I'm
you
so
see,
grateful. Thank
it's
you.
actually not hard, guys. And if I have another amazing lady. Her name is Shamima. She doesn't do the facial content. She does the faceless content. Like she shows you her garden, her environment when she's preparing something and all of those things. So we've got beautiful people doing beautiful things, like really, really
Yeah,
beautiful things. And you guys
really.
can all tap in. You guys can all tap in and just start your own. If you have yeah, if you have any question, you can always ask.
Oh yeah.
If you have any
So
question, you can always ask.
okay. Please, I want to add that my organization is an NGO. So right now we are campaigning to send 5 children to school because, like we started, we are promoting their rights, right to education, right to safety, and right to health. So we're campaigning for them, 5 children in a custody, we'll say, to send them back to school this term. Well, I want to also express my appreciation to all the parents who are doing, responsible parents who are doing amazing job. You guys rock. It's not easy. The stay-at-home moms are doing super, super, super well. Those working at, in fact, I don't even know how they cope with their kids, with the workload, with this and that. But whatever the case, please, let's create time and bond with our children. It's going to reduce so many things. It's going to be something that will, because imagine getting, sending your child is married and you're free, like nobody's complaining anything. He doesn't have problem talking out his feelings or expressing in a good way, talking to, coordinating himself. It's like stress free for you as a mom. You have good news. Oh, your child was able to do, like, he's responsible, his confidence is this, he can talk, he can connect with other people emotionally. That's the main thing. So open to collaboration, open to partnership, open to everything. Virtually, offline, I'm available. Thank you so much, Obia, for your time. I really appreciate
Thank thank you, Precious, for
it.
your time. Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, you can go follow Precious. And if you have any question in regards child upbringing or that's part of it, please follow her, send her inbox. She will answer you. That's her field and that's what she's into. So thank you. I so appreciate it. Thank you and have a beautiful day, Precious.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.